Lake Victoria Environment Management Project Phase 2, LEVEMP 2, is a regional project being implemented in the 5 East Africa Community Partner States. The objectives of the project are to improve collaborative management of the transboundary natural resources of the Lake Victoria Basin for the shared benefits of the partner states, as well as to reduce environmental stress in targeted pollution hotspots and selected degraded subcatchments to improve the livelihood of communities that depend on the natural resources of the Lake Victoria Basin.
Global development objectives of LEVEMP 2 are to improve on the collaborative management of the transboundary natural resources, to reduce environmental stress in targeted pollution hotspots, and improve on the livelihoods of the people who depend on these natural resources.
Water hyacinth was first reported in Lake Victoria, Kenya in 1991 and has since become a menace on the beaches at Wynnum Gulf and river inlets of Nyando, Yala and Gucha rivers.
Most of the soils which contains the nitrates coming out of fertilizers are always swept into the lake or into the water bodies. The water bodies, being recipient of all these pollutants, have actually transformed into eutrophicated lakes or water bodies, which in turn gives yields to the nutrients that is palatable for the development and propagation of water hyacinth.
Inland waters have not been spared either, as rivers, water pans, rice paddies, canals and other open water bodies are also infested by the hyacinth. Hyacinth infestation in the Gulf has led to the disruption of water transport.
A ship to move from a distance of 1 kilometer into the port when it is fully infested by water hyacinths, it takes 6 hours. In 6 hours, there's a lot in terms of fuel. So it's a cost which is extra to the shippers. And the business is going slow because ships cannot dock. Ships are spending more time and more fuel on that.
Samani tulikuwa tunatoka huko ng'ambo, tunaleta watu wafanyabiashara wa samaki, na wakati huu boss hawezi tembea ndani ya hii water hyacinth. Kwa hivyo wakati huu wafanyabiashara wa samaki wanatumia pikipiki kutoka huko ng'ambo mpaka hapa. Sisi tunaomba serikali asaidie sisi, tulete pesa ili tutoe hii mimea kwa maji ili kazi iendelee.
Access to fishing grounds as well as fish landing sites are almost impossible because of the thick overgrowth of the hyacinth. Hyacinth in the irrigation canals has led to the damaging of the irrigation infrastructure and interfered with the water intake activities, creating a negative impact on the lives of the communities living adjacent to the lake.
Hii kitu wananiua wala bichi. Hakuna cha kupata chakula kwa hii kitu. Tena iko na umbu na naumisa watu hapa. Na hakuna usuri yake. Na samaki siwezi kupata kwa maana wanafunika pale unatoa samaki. Sasa hakuna mahali tutakula.
Some of the causes of water hyacinth in the lake include fertilizer that is used on farms upstream, which is later washed downstream and promotes the vegetative growth of hyacinth.
Pattern of land use is a cause to this. We have agricultural activities taking place, mostly irrigated ones. And we believe that in this kind of agriculture practice, fertilizers are definitely used. Now, it is up to a proper management of this utilization of fertilizers and proper agriculture methods to make sure that the residues of fertilizers are not washed into the lake directly.
partially treated effluent from the treatment facilities, as well as industrial effluent, all greatly contribute to the growth of hyacinth in the lake. Lack of proper sanitation along the beaches also leads to the direct depositing of raw human waste into the lake.
We are providing the water hyacinth with a lot of nutrients, and that is coming from my activities and your activities. So it's really important that we also create that awareness. People must know that our actions contribute to what we have today outside here.
Poor watershed management upstream also results in sedimentation and nutrient loss in the water bodies. In addressing the hyacinth problem in Lake Victoria Environmental Management Project LEVEMP is undertaking preventive measures which target the watershed management by promoting the appropriate land use practices in the Nyando Basin. Wastewater treatment facilities are also being rehabilitated to ensure that the raw sewage is properly treated before being released downstream to the lake. Provision of eco-sanitary toilets to the beaches will also ensure the proper disposal of human waste as opposed to direct depositing into the lake, as has been the case. Town councils are also being encouraged to introduce exhausters for collecting sewage and in the process promote the use of septic tanks and latrines. Another method of fighting the hyacinth is by manual removal, whereby communities along the lake manually remove the weed from the lake. The World Bank provided funds for the manual removal of hyacinth in the various hotspots like Sangorota Beach, Rakwaro Beach and Usoma Beach, among others. This exercise involved the beach management units on these beaches and the adjacent communities who provided human labor during the exercise. With combined community and other stakeholders' efforts, water hyacinth can be managed to ensure that the communities in the lake basin enjoy all the benefits of a freshwater lake that is Lake Victoria.